I.S.U.P.K.
If you ain't catch it, throw it underhand. I don't think they understand me. I done put my life on the line and I see. I don't think they understand me. No. Look me in my eyes, you can tell I'm a G. I know they don't understand me. No. I do it for my fam that's behind me, my team. And I hope you understand me. I ain't have a dollar, all I had was a dream. So I'ma make them understand me.
Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
He said, go rather unto the lost sheep. I'd rather you go unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Don't go to them Samaritans. Don't go to them Gentiles. You don't think it was some of them that wanted to hear his word?
Gentiles too.
You don't think it was some of them that could have, used his blessings and his good word?
Gentiles too.
He didn't even care about them.
He
didn't care about their condition. He didn't care about what they thought. He didn't care about what they wanted. He said, go unto the house of Israel.
That's right.
Which is a black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian.
That's right.
Why? Because that's who need this word. That's who need this word. So-called you don't need this word, man. You think the police officers that shooting, black people in the back for no reason need this word? When they lose their job and get relocated somewhere else in a different city, or they go home and get a paid leave, they still making their salary just to sit home and watch the TV and how everybody's in an uproar about what he do. And you know what they doing? They eating food with their family and laughing. Why? Because they went and got a job in the ghetto to tell you what you can't do. Just to go back to their gated community and their family and just laugh about what they did.
That's terrible.
Just laugh about what they did. Read on.
Verse 7. And as ye go, preach, say, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Now, when you go unto the 12 tribes, Christ is saying, preach, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Why don't he want them to preach the kingdom of heaven is at hand to the Samaritans and the Gentiles?
Right now.
Shouldn't he want the kingdom of heaven to be preached to the Samaritans and the Gentiles? Why not? If everybody can make it into heaven, shouldn't they hear about the kingdom of heaven? Everybody in your Christian churches of all different races, and they hearing about the kingdom of heaven. Why? Because your pastor believes it's right. But Christ don't think that the Samaritans or the Gentiles should hear that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Why is that?
Right.
Because he didn't want them to hear it, man.
Right.
He wanted them to die for what they did to God's chosen people, man. That's what he wanted. Christ understood, I don't want them to hear nothing that I'm saying. Why? Because it's not for them. It's not for them. This is for that brother that's paralyzed just for walking to his car. This is for that sister who died for protecting her house from the police walking in, just barging in. This is for the brother who had got his knee put on his neck.
Who are you?
For no reason.
Fuck out, man.
This is who that's for. That's who the kingdom of heaven is for, man. Read.
Verse 8. Heal the sick.
And he said, heal the sick. Christ said, when you go, make sure you heal the sick. You don't think it was sick in the city of Samaritan? You don't think that the Samaritans had sick amongst them, right?
Exactly.
Of course they did. Why did Christ want them to be healed from being sick? Because Christ didn't deal with nobody else other than his people, man.
That's right.
Why? Because it was commanded. It was commanded of him.
My God.
It's a sin for you to go and try to join the oppressor with the kingdom of God. Which I never understood about how the Black Lives Movement, right?
Gotta make money, homie.
They got a Black Lives Movement from white people killing black people, but still got white people marching with them. How you got the same people you marching against marching with you? It's all a joke,
But
man.
it's family, homie.
Christ would never preach the kingdom of heaven just to turn around and have the people who did his people dirty marching with him, man.
I'm broke.
That's dishonorable. That's dishonorable.
I'm broke.
And your ancestors would be very disappointed in you
I'm broke.
if they could look back and see this, man.
I'm
Read what you got.
I'm thinking
Chapter 15 and verse 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast.
I know the
Woman of
truth.
Canaan came out the same coast.
I know the truth.
Read.
And cried unto him.
And she cried unto Christ. This woman of Canaan, she cried unto Christ. Canaan is what? A Hamite. That's not of the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
Saying, have mercy on me.
And she answered Christ, listen, have mercy on me, man. Please have mercy on me. Read.
O Lord, thou son of David.
The son of David. Read.
That's my boy.
My daughter
He's a
is
warrior.
grievously vexed.
Her daughter is grievously vexed. She's coming to him with an issue. Coming to Christ. Read.
With a devil.
Her daughter got a devil on her. And she coming to Christ to tell him about it. Read.
Verse 23. But he answered her not a word.
He ain't even say nothing to her, man. He ignored her.
Right.
When this woman came to Christ with a problem, right? Jesus Christ, you know, he hate the devil. He fight against the devil.
Exactly.
They fought in heaven and got kicked out, right? That's what y'all think? Well, why when this Hamite came to her and said her daughter got a devil, why didn't Christ just jump up and get it off since, he's against that? Why didn't he care to help this lady, man? Read.
And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away.
His disciples even came and was like, man, send her away, man. They came to Christ and was like, yo, get her away from us, man. Get her away. Read.
For she crieth after us.
Man, she came bugging us. She came bugging us too, man. Send her away, man. Get her away from us.
Right.
Read.
Verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Read it again.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
He answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. This lady is crying out to Christ and his disciples about getting her daughter help. And Christ turned around and ignored her. And then he said, I'm not sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, why would Jesus Christ say that to a woman in need? I'll tell you why. Because she didn't come from the 12 tribes of Israel. And Christ knew because she didn't come from the 12 tribes, he was not going to help her. This is what Christ knew. He was not going to help her. Read.
Verse 25. Then came she and worshipped him.
Then she came and worshipped him. Then she came and worshipped him.
They about people.
Now, my question is, why would Christ ignore her? Jesus Christ, who you love, sing and dance and clap every Sunday about in the church, ignored somebody. And then when he finally answered, he said, I come not, but only for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That don't sound like everybody. Even as of today, this so-called oppressor that call himself a Jew, let you know that everybody's not a Jew. He even let you know. Everybody's not a Jew. How? Because when you say that someone is a Jew other than him, you pay for it. So Christ is right here, he understood everybody was not a Jew. Everybody didn't come from the 12 tribes, which meaning what? He's not going to help everyone. He's not coming for everyone. For what? When his people was hurt, it was beat, it was damaged the most. Hell, he gonna come for everybody for, man. Read what you got.
This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
Christ said, you worship and you know not what. You don't know what you worship. Read.
We know what we worship,
but we know what we worship. This is what Christ is telling a heathen woman. Read.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Salvation is for everybody.
Of the Jews.
Salvation is for the so-called white man.
Of the Jews.
Salvation is for the Chinese man.
Of the Jews.
Why is Christ telling her salvation is of the Jews, man? If it's salvation for everybody, why is Christ saying salvation is of the Jews? That don't make no sense. Why is this even in the Bible? If Christ came and died for everybody. Because he did come and die for everybody. He came and died for the Jews, who are the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians.
That's right.
Don't never let them tell you anything different. You say you a Jew, and they say you not. Tell them, well look, the ISUPK on 2nd and Market said that, come down there and prove them wrong. They said bring all the information you want, because they said I am the Jew. And they said they want to back it up, because they the ones who told me. They the ones who told me. That's what you tell them. Read.
Verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit.
So there you go. All these scriptures you can write down, and you can take this to your Christian pastor. Take this to your pastor and ask him about these scriptures. Say, I thought Christ died for everybody. But I got a couple scriptures I want you to break down. And then read these to him. Read what you got.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people?
Have God cast away his people? Have God cast away his people? Why is it saying his people? His don't mean everybody. This right here is telling you that God had a special people.
That's right.
God has a people unto himself. This is what it's saying in the Bible. And right here they ask, have God cast away his people? Read.
God forbid, for I also am an Israelite.
For I also am an Israelite. God forbid. Read after God forbid.
For I also am an Israelite.
See right here, you gotta pay attention, right? Because they just said that God cast away his people. And then they said, God forbid, meaning God didn't. God did cast away his people. For I am also an Israelite. Meaning what? Right here he's telling you the Israelites are his people.
That's right.
And God didn't cast them away. Why didn't he say, for, God forbid, because God, didn't cast away everybody in the world. Everybody on the face of the earth, God didn't cast away. Why did he say, God forbid, for I am an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin? Take it from the top.
I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid.
God forbid, have God cast away his people? And then it say, God forbid. Then he's going to tell you who's God's people. Read.
For I also am an Israelite.
An Israelite, man, is telling you right there. Plain as day, man. But you know what your pastor do? He read it and he skip over. He read, did God cast away his people? And then he skip over. He don't even finish it. Why? Because right in the line under it, it tell you who his people is. Who are the Israelites. And that's what Christ understood. Christ understood that God's people are the Israelites. Not the Samaritans, not the Gentiles. Not the woman that came from the land of Canaan, who asked for his help. But God did not cast away his people. Read.
Of the seed of Abraham.
The seed of Abraham. Read.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Of the tribe of Benjamin. He's telling you that he know the chosen seed came from Abraham, and he's telling you what tribe he's from, which is the tribe of Benjamin. Read.
Verse 2. God hath not cast away his people.
God didn't cast away his people. Read.
Which he foreknew.
which he foreknew. When it's telling you this, black man, Hispanic man, North American Indian, God didn't cast you away. So when you turn on the news and you see all the destruction that's happening to us, just know the Most High did not cast you away. And there's still hope. There's still hope for you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
And do what he wants you to do. And knowing that it's still hope, you know that for all the revenge that you want, you know that little burning that you get inside when you see the cop shoot another black man unjustly. When you see they murder a sister or a brother or even a child dead in the street, that anger that you got inside is not wrong to have, black man. It's not wrong.
That's right.
But we out here to teach you how and where you can put that anger towards.
Right.
To get the proper justice.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you one thing. You know the revenge you want, it got nothing on the type of revenge the Most High going to bring down.
That's right.
So it's better to wait and let him handle the revenge than you go out and do it. Why? Because it's going to be far more sweet. It's going to be far more sweet to get the justice that you want for the slaying of your people.
We want no